oh, this is East. That's got to be groundbreaking.
Heavy revelation.
That's epic, man. That's epic. You know?
I remember when you first came in, you found out that's fucking Esau.
Yep.
It's like, hey, it's on.
It's on. They said it's on like Donkey Kong.
Like Jake saying, it's green light on this.
Yep. And it's been spiritually a green light ever since. You know? Keep going.
But I have made Esau bare.
Yep.
I have uncovered his secret places.
Yep.
And he shall not be able to hide himself.
He can't hide himself no more. And a lot of his secret places are in plain sight, and that ain't working no more. Going back to Resident Evil that I mentioned like an hour ago, in that movie, they had something that was an underground bunker, and it was called the Hive. And I told a brother, I said, they could, I'm speaking as a man, but they could be doing a controlled experiment deep underground, just like they did in that movie. That was a deep underground experiment to see how this V would react to people, and it worked. Remember, because they had the V, and then they had the antidote for it. You see? So you don't know what Esau's doing per se underground, but you know, we have an idea of it, you know? So he's being made bare on all levels, because I think it was the brothers out there in Dallas. They said people talk about conspiracies all the time, but it's never been a time where someone could meet it with the Bible.
It was Dallas.
Because before I knew the scriptures, I was all in conspiracy. Remember when YouTube used to be dope? And you could find anything on there.
Right, no advertisements, nothing.
Anything. And but I never could equate it with the scriptures.
Right.
But now, we, you know, through the Spirit, you know, what's the Wadi Abashim outside? And that's prophecy, man. You know, hey, bro, I love talking about Esau. I don't just talk about Esau, but I love getting on this devil, man. Keep going.
His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not.
Yeah, Esau's getting ready to come to naught. It says he shall be like his own dung, just like his own shit, you know? Just like how Beanie Babies is through. Think about
it. Like you know how he is, it says he is not.
Right. Yeah. He is and he is not. Because he says I am.
All right, Alpha and Omega.
You know, don't he say he said I am? Who's the only one that said I am? The Most High. But now we got to go back to 2 Thessalonians to
Can I have some water
to finish that.
Back in 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3, and it says,
and this proves that the Spirit of the Lord is on us, because when we first came out here, it was hordes of people.
Yeah.
You know? Now they're all dissipated. See? Yes, sir. I'll take some. Read it, brother.
And it says, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
The man of sin has been revealed.
Damn, the son
The man of sin has been revealed. And that was who? The murderer from the beginning. The sinner.
Evil is good.
Yeah. Right. Evil. I was thinking that the whole game.
Evil.
Every time I say, when he says change evil to good, I was thinking of a vampire in Brooklyn. And I was Eddie, right? Yeah. Evil. But what was he showing you? How a demon will be teaching a congregation, and Jake will just be like that. Amen. They're sheep, bro.
Yeah, sheep.
Jake are just, they're impressionable sheep, you know? They're just going with where they think they gotta go. And now a lot of Jake's shepherd is the nigga woman, you know?
Verse 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that's called the Most High.
Who does that? Esau Edom. You know, Esau Edom opposes and exalts himself as the Most High. And during the Greeks, he even wanted to sit in the stars as you would as the Most High. You see? Mm-hmm. And then as in the Greeks, they took our first Ptolemy Philadelphus, had it translated to the Septuagint. Then down the line, King Antiochus IV wanted to do away with it, and if we did have it, their pictures were in it. Demons, bro. Complete demons. Yep.
It's Isaiah 14.
And then now it's so bad it proves it to spell. We gotta so-called argue someone to tell them. That proves it to spell. Iconoclasm's a spell, man. That's why, what was his name? DeBlosi, the mayor? He was eating the French fries. That was a spell. Right?
Yeah.
That nigga was putting a low-level food spell on people.
Greedy as hell.
Then someone had the circles in their eyes, and they just walking like a cartoon. They smell food.
What he said, is it burger time?
Yeah. And the nigga said, "Yeah, you're good. Yo, that was wicked, bro. That shit was eerie. He was eating the fries,
And they even with food commercials, the food that they put on for those commercials, they don't even use real ingredients, man. They pop the burger up, or to make it look juicy, they'll use like glue.
Yeah, glue.
And shit. You know, that's the stuff. Then when you go actually get that burger, it don't look like.
I told the brother yesterday, all Esau is advertisement.
Yeah.
That's all he is. It's just an advert. Then when you get in there, it's like, womp, womp, womp. Because what proves that, he'll do a commercial of pancakes and the syrup is castor oil. Or he'll do a commercial about ice cream and it's mashed potatoes.
Yep.
You know?
That's a devil.
That's a demon. That's a deceiver.
This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble?
Right.
That did shake kingdoms?
Right.
That made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners.
Beautiful. Yep. Now you got it.
That was basically it, but that's, hey, this time to come, like you said, the Lord is making him bearable. Ultimately, after this place is destroyed and we get out of here, we're going to really see him bare. That's, these nations going to look upon him like, yo, this was the man that was doing all this? This was the man that took over all these kingdoms, wars, and all this? Because like the scripture saying, like David said in Psalms, I think it's the 9th chapter, let the heathen shake it up, let the heathen.
You can tell it's summertime. Hey, in layman's terms, when they see Esau, they can be like, this was that nigga? And this nigga, man. Yep. Kick him while he's down. Might put a commandment to have him kick him. Yeah. Hey, like my man said in Players Club, do something make me feel better.
Right.
Back in second.
Yep.
Do you have precept?
Nah, I was looking for the one about the priest trying to go to space.
Okay.
That could be.
Let me see it. Yeah, you keep reading.
2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 4. It says, who opposes and exalts himself above all.
Hey, let's look up the word oppose. Yeah, you need the keys?
No.
Okay. Hey, Kabar, can you look that? Oh, you got it?
You want the word oppose?
Yeah, I just want to see what's that mean?
Oppose the etymology
Man on it.
to speak or act against, to accuse, interrogate, oppose, resist, contradict.
He's a contradictor. The fool said there is no God.
To set or place over against, to interpose effort or objection, act adversely and be adverse.
The adversary. That's saying. Saying's been revealed. The Shatan's been revealed. Read it again. So it says he acted as Satan against the Most High. So when they say, so when they say Satan fought against the Most High, that was Esau. Be like, you're right. But that happened on earth.
Right.
That happened on earth.
Still is happening.
Right, and it still is happening. And so, well, he was cast down. No, he's about to be. You see? Read that again, the water, brother.
2 Thessalonians 2 and 4, who opposeth, contrary, and exalt himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. So Esau, he got a God complex. The scripture say what? It says, he that exalts himself shall be what? Shall be abased. How is that falling from heaven or Lucifer? And right now, Lucifer on the left-hand side is Esau. The light bearers. The wicked elite of this world. And it says,
yeah, and really, we could read this. We could read this. This is him falling too.
Oh yeah.
Because him as a king, and then the Lord gave him invisible disease, and then he got, so this is a good account. If you want, we could go into that as well.
It's saying when he got broken without hands.
Yep.
He got fucking played.
You know what that reminds me of? Tales from the Hood. Remember Monster? He folded that nigga. David Allen Greer.
Yeah.
That's his name?
So, yeah.
Yeah, he drew a picture of him.
That was very.
Yeah, that was very.
That comedian,
and
right?
what was that paper representing? The scriptures.
Yeah.
So what was written is what to destroy him.
Yeah.
And once it was revealed, boom, destruction.
He got his seal put on.
Yeah. Read it a little bit more of that, please. and then we could go into it.
2 Thessalonians 2 and
Because
verse.
really, this is a history. You know, that's history.
2 Thessalonians 2 and 4 again.
Yeah, and you should love this. You should love being out here, even if you heard this already. It's like a song. There's certain songs you listen over and over again. You got Nelly over and over again, right? It's hot in her. But we love this through the Spirit of the Lord, man. Rakate al Bashamel Shai. There's times you brothers are built up, you know. Y'all know the breakdowns. But it's the song, it's the vibe of it. In the midst of it, we're all the band. Right? It's living water.
Our comfort and hope.
What's that, brother?
Our comfort and hope.
There we go.
That constant remembrance.
Right. Because we could have been out here with these Sherlock Holmes niggas and been deaded. Every time Jake try to get in the midst of them, they kind of like, and you trying to jump in, you trying to get in, they don't want to be with you, man.
Right.
They want to tease you, abuse you, and kick your ass to the curb.
Right.
Unless you can be a little fiddler, you know? Yeah, fucking do the Irish jig for them, you know? Read this.
And it's 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4.
This proves we're our own world. I'm gonna do a lesson. See, that's why you come to camp too, because it's like lessons coming out. Oh man, I want to do we are proving John 3 and 16. We are a world. Just like how we're like, what are they doing? They're looking at us. What are they doing? We're John 3:16, man. We're that world. Because you're looking at this world as formed. What is that? What are they,
2 Thessalonians 2 and 4, and it says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High.
Right, so if anything that's the Most High, that's him. I'm the angels, I'm the sun, I'm the Father, I'm the stars, I'm the universe, I'm it. Whatever it is, it's me. He's covetous. He's covetous with it. Keep going.
I'm a Jew. That nigga said
Yep.
that. I'm a Jew.
Yep, and they got confounded too.
And it says,
He got confounded. It was a couple years ago. You brothers can look it up. It's called Russian Christian.
some shit like that.
And then he bared false witness on us in our title. He titled it some shit.
Yep.
But anyways, the dude came up and he tried to divert based off we were going into the color. We're not here. It's not of color, but we're proving in the Bible the one as Jesus was a man of color. That's all we're doing. And he was like, I think we're missing the point. No, we need to establish the point because we gotta, people are lying about that.
Right.
So we need to address it. Then we can move on. We're not spending the whole camp, hey, the color of Christ. No, we'll get on it and then we'll keep going, but we have to establish that just so you know where we stand. Keep going.
And it says,
And why? Because the devil has done his work and still doing his work. Keep going.
It says, or that is worship, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High.
See, he said, or that is worship. People worship Esau. Why? Because he's the God of this world. Don't they go into what you call a Catholic church and say Father? And then he has Exodus 21 and 23 or 23 and 21. Esau can't pardon your sins, but you can go into a Catholic church and say 5 Hail Marys and all is forgiven. That's why people don't believe in the Bible, because who you know as the Illuminati, the shadow government, the wicked elite came up with that. Read it. Where is it?
It's 23.
Is it 23 and 21?
Yes.
Tuwada, 23 and 21. Tuwada, Kabar. Read that. Yep, start at 20.
Exodus chapter 23 and verse 20.
Because it says he sits as God, right? And God is the one of what? That mercy, forgiveness, right?
Judgment.
Tuwada, judgments, right? Read this.
Exodus 23 and 20. And behold, I send an angel before thee to keep thee in the way.
I will send. So was that angel Esau? Was that angel Father Thomas in the Baptist Community Church?
Right.
Well, you brothers know what they call. You were there. You know what they, Malak. You know what they call the priest that collar? You ever see the priest when they wear you know what it's called? It's called a dog collar. Google it. It's literally called a dog collar because when they came up with it in the 1800s, I believe, they did it as a joke. It's a joke. That's why they did it. It's not biblical. It has nothing to do with that. It's a dog collar. So he added to the word. Keep going.
Behold, I send an angel before thee to keep thee in the way and to bring thee into the place which I have prepared.
The land of Canaan. We have a promised land for us according to the Bible. Keep going.
Beware of him and obey his voice.
Why?
Provoke him not. For he will not pardon your transgressions, for my name is in him.
Woo! Now is the Lord's name in Esau? Is the Lord's name in Father Thomas? Now get John 5 and 44.
Got it right here.
That's the spirit.
Start 43.
Please.
St. John 5 and verse 43.
So him putting himself as God, he's saying you can be forgiven through him. That's why people believe in Christianity, because it's an evil fixer-upper. I believe in Jesus. I'm saved.
Right.
That's it. And that's why you tell you're good. And then you bring your baby, and he brings a super soaker and squirts it because of CV.
Remember that shit?
Nigga says, stand back. Then he let the baby have it. Ah!
Then he dunks the baby.
Then he drops the baby.
He goes another.
He throws it.
It's like a choke like
But they was getting on the Pope when he came to visit, was it America? He was standing behind a bulletproof.
Appreciate you, brother. Yep.
What they call that glass?
Now you got bulletproof glass.
Yeah. So it's like, where's your faith at, bro? Where's your faith at?
Well, he's pertaining to a gift that wasn't given.
Right.
You know? So let's get John 4, or John 5.
St. John 5 and 43. I am come in my Father's name.
What did he say? That my name shall be in him. Yahweh, in the name Yahweh Shai.
Right.
Like I feel like my man from the Philippines. Yahweh. Yahweh Shai. That's the true name, man. Keep going.
Just like in the world, you got the father, then you got what? A junior. It's like, for example, say the dad's name is John, then you got John Jr. You know? Yahweh, like you said, Yahweh Shai.
In the name.
Right.
You know? Keep going.
St. John 5 and 43. I am come in my Father's name, and ye receive me not. If another shall come in his own name.
Hey, Yahweh Shai is telling you, I'm that angel. Because y'all know Yahweh Shai was the angel in the chariot. You know that, right, Malak? That was Yahweh Shai, man. He was the one in the chariot, you know?
And it says, if another shall come and if another shall come in his own name, him will ye receive. How can you, verse 44, how can ye believe which receive honor of another, and seek not the honor that cometh from the Most High only? It says,
where are you at?
Verse 45.
Yeah, keep going. Watch.
Verse 45. Do not think that I will accuse you to the Father.
Whoa! So if Esau's accuser of thy brethren, Yahweh Shai is the accuser of his brethren. You know? Because he's talking to Jake right here. You know?
It says, there is one that accuses you, even Moses, in whom ye trust. For had ye believed Moses, ye would have believed me.
Keep going.
For he wrote of me.
See?
But if you believe not his writings.
What is he talking about? He wrote of Yahweh Shai. We just read it, Exodus 23. He was that, because angel just means messenger. He was the messenger sent. What angel can pardon a sin? Right?
Exactly.
Tell me, what angel can pardon a sin? That's a cut to the Christian community, and that's a cut to Old Testament Jakes. What angel can pardon a sin? That angel's Yahweh Shai, who made himself a little lower than an angel, coming in the sinful flesh. You see? So what does Esau got to say to that? When you go and stand in that box, the confession booth. Which that's completely wicked. You know? Finish that, and then now let's go back to 2 Thessalonians.
St. John 5 and 47. But if ye believe not his writings, how shall ye believe my words?
Oh, that's a cut. You got a good bargain.
God, the book of Psalms, chapter 50, verse 16. But unto the wicked, the Most High Yahweh said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?
Hey, we can use that to vocab. What have you done? Because the spirit, I went on his page, and I scrolled through that shit. I was like, let me check this dude out. Do you know that he's got like, if you go, you go all the way down. I scrolled, and I went all the way down. He's got like a couple punk ass lessons, and through the Spirit, Vocab lied about how he interacted with Hebrews.
Yep.
One story, he claims a friend came to him and said, "Hey, there's these Hebrews in a Christian church, and they're da-da-da-da." But then in another story, he claims he was walking down the street with his wife, and then his wife told him, well, when we come back, which he's a cuck, if his wife said, well, when we come back from the store, if they're still there, you can talk to them. And he said, I went up there and I was recording a conversation. So why are you lying about your interaction with these people if you're claiming just to be an apologist randomly?
I got it right here.
You're set up, bro.
Yep.
You've been set up. I watched this shit. And then I was looking up further, and I found an article this nigga in Sports Illustrated. Because, you know, the elder brought it out, but I didn't know he was in Sports Illustrated. So I went and looked. Why ain't G-Man in fucking Men's Health? Like, where are you? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This nigga's still going. You know, he be fighting with Sakari now in New Jersey. The nigga still got a battery in his back. He's on tour again. But my point is, you have other apologists doing the same thing you're doing, but they're not getting that recognition like you are because you are in different circles.
Back at Thessalonians?
Yeah. Oh, no. What were you holding? Keep going. Yeah, keep going.
Psalms chapter 50, verse 17. Seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee.
You know what proves that? I was a cashier once. And they got to cash out, right? Like at retail. And then it's like, I was like, oh, you got, put your card in and then press the green button. I'll tell him that plain. And I'll watch him. He'll be like trying to press the red. Bro, just press the fucking green button. They have no spirit to be instructed, man. That's why the Esau's military is like that. When you watch them, because they're installing them to be obedient. Esau's naturally a rebellious, wandering demon. He can't take orders correctly. He can't, bro. It's not in his spirit, man. Keep going, brother.
God. Verse 18, Psalms chapter 50, verse 18. When thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him and hast been partaker with adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son.
You slandered your own mother's son. Now, see, I like getting on Esau biblically with the family tree. Don't you know we brothers biblically? Don't you know we're related biblically? And that's a stumbling block. Like House Unconsciousness, they say the white man more related to them than an African. That's true. That's true.
Right.
Okay, because we come from the same mother and same father. But that lineage wasn't given to him, you see? But he's out slandering his own mother's son, man. That's foul. That's Cain.
One more. Psalms chapter 50, verse 21. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence.
Oh, what? I did a lesson through the Spirit called Your Criminal Record Has Pierced the Heavens, or Pierced the Clouds. Because he, that one Jake, Andrew Brown Jr., after he murdered him, he just now came out with an article saying he's committed over 100 crimes. He's did 8 stints in jail. He's did this, he's did that. And it's like, why come out with that after you murdered him? Why didn't you already take him to the courts because of that and do away with him? It's because you murdered him, and now you're slandering him and accusing him so you don't hold yourself guilty. You see? But now, the Lord being quiet, we're bringing all the charges against you. When we open up this book, we're opening up the charges that are against you, and this isn't a trial. You're already found guilty. Before the beginning of the world began, you were found guilty. And then you lived and acted out each crime that you committed. And the word crime goes back to crimson, which means red. Don't they call themselves rednecks? The red Rothschild? Oh, it tells you in Genesis, it said he was Roth. The Rothschilds. Red, right?
Caught red-handed.
He got red. We're still in his hands. Exodus 21 and 16, man. Is that it?
Last one. Psalms chapter 50, verse 21. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes.
Woo! Ain't the Lord doing that right now? So what are we witnessing? The Lord is setting us in order before their eyes, man. You see? The Lord is putting us completely in order before their eyes, because you got Jake still out here, you know, wandering around. But what's up, brother? What's up, brother? But the Lord is putting us on a different level. And the Spirit will just say, plainly, you've had none but mainly Edomites out here. Whether some are Jake or not, let's just speak it like that. None but Edomites, and they're all seeing us what? In order. We ain't sagging our pants. You don't see blunt smoking. You know, you don't see us rapping. We don't see us doing a music video. We got Bibles open. We're being put in order right before their eyes, man. That's a cut. Keep going. Was that it, Anakabar? Okay. Back in
2 Thessalonians 2, verse 5.
Hey, and I'm going to say this. That's why they do this. They're recording, because they're like, we ain't never seen niggas act like this. Is this a new challenge? No, this is a new trend.
Looking at your demise.
Yeah, they're being cut by it.
Right.
Because they don't see us acting like a stereotypical nigga, man. That's why we get on our people and tell you, pull your fucking pants up. Stop dyeing your hair blonde, man. Stop being a stereotypical nigga for your enemy to scoff at. You know? They're not afraid of a future. They're afraid of the future we're telling. You know? Keep going.
2 Thessalonians 2 and 5. And it says, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things.
Yep.
And now you know that. Now you know what withholdeth that he might be revealed in this time.
Yeah, so this was the time the Lord set up for Esau to be revealed. He allowed him to identify as a European, British. Oh, why? Why did the Lord allow Esau to be identified as, I'm going to say it like this, British, Spanish, and French? Why? Daniel 7. The three horns. Is it the horns or the ribs? The horns, because the ribs was for the Medio Empire, the Persian Empire. So the Lord allowed Esau to have a covering cast so he can be revealed in his rulership in this time. Look how beautiful that is. You see? The Lord allowed him to be identified as a European, Spanish. The prophecy had to be, we're going to say a lot?
It was like an algebra equation. What you do to one side, you got to do to the other. Yep. So in order to hide us, he had to hide them as well.
That's a good point. Right? Right. Beautiful. Keep going.
And it says, verse 7.
Oh, and that's why it says later in Daniel, the 12th, knowledge shall increase. Because that prophecy had to take place. Now this prophecy is taking place. You see? That proves it's a clock. At 1 minute, it's 1. But then after 1 comes 2, and so on. So it's the same thing with this. We had to go into slavery. We had to go under what you know as the Europeans. Then they had to fight the Spanish. You see? All of it had to take place. There had to be room, just like how patience needed room. You needed room in history for Deuteronomy 28 and 68 to come to pass. You needed Isaiah 27. Because in the 1800s, 1862, I believe Esau 1861, who you know as Esau identified himself as white. And I think in 1862, he identified as the Native Americans as black. See? So everything had to take place in history. You know?
2 Thessalonians 2 and 7.
And why did he call himself white? Because Satan himself had to transfigure to an angel of light. And why did he say white? Because he had that was his defense. You did this, you did that. He had war crimes put against him. You know, Britain was coming against him for what he was doing to us here. Saying, I'm not guilty, I'm white. I'm pure of that, is what he was saying. I'm pure of that, not me.
Don't put that on me.
Don't put that on me. You know, we good Christians around here. Yep.
It's Zechariah 11 and 5.
Beautiful.
Whose possessors slaved them.
Whose possessors? A possessor is someone who possesses someone else.
Right.
Okay? So he possesses us even to this day. All right, keep going.
And hold themselves not guilty.
Right. Oh, who shall bemoan thee? They don't hold themselves guilty. They'll shoot your ass in the street. Then the police chief comes up and says, we didn't see, not even not guilty, we didn't see no wrongdoing. It was by the book. So being shot, you're good, brother. You good, brother? So being shot, then the gun being reloaded and shot again is protocol? Bro, oh, you brother, see there's a new purge?
Yeah.
Purge forever.
Forever.
If Esau would have ruled forever, we'd be purged out. So he's showing you that. Because he holds himself not guilty. Keep going.
It says, and they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not.
You're good, you're good. You know what movie they showed you that in? In Django. When they, what was it, the Thomas brothers? When he was looking for the two brothers? And the Israelite woman was tied to a tree for dropping an egg. And he's going back and forth, quoting a scripture, whipping the whip, getting ready to hit her. Because he says, blessed is the Lord. And which is true, but he took it further. Remember it says they increased the affliction? So he is the Lord's sword, but it's like he did overkill. He kept cutting.
Crossed the line.
He crossed the line, you know? And that proves he got an evil angel on him, because even an angel needs the Lord to tell him to stop.
Yep.
Remember? Like when the Lord sent the angel that killed 70,000 men, you know what thrust in place he stopped at? It was the Jebusite. Now, do you brothers know where Jebus is? Jebus is in the land of Canaan, and that was the land before it was called Jerusalem. So the angel stopped at the threshold of Jerusalem, but it was referred to as Jebus because that was the land when you know? Yeah. Keep going.
Back in 2 Thessalonians 2 and 7, for the mystery of iniquity doeth already work.
Yep.
Only he who now letteth will let.
Right, so the Lord is allowing him to work. Okay? The Lord allowed Esau to work. You see? He gave him the earth as the Greeks. He gave him the earth as the Romans. Then he gave him the earth as the early Europeans for the virgin daughter of Babylon. The Lord allowed the Roman Empire to take place because of prophecy, but then the future prophecy was because of what they did as the Romans, they would come back and do it again here in America. That's how the deadly wound was healed, you see? So the Lord was with the Roman Empire to establish prophecy.
And it says, only, it's like it says, until he be taken out of the way.
Right, so he's being slowly taken out of the way. Like when you remember in the Apollo, if you didn't do good, they had that long ass, the Sandman, the water.
Yeah.
And then they pull you.
Yeah.
And guess what? In the Bible, Jacob pulled who? Esau's heel. So that's what's happening. Us being out here is pulling Esau down. Us being out here, we're being, what did it say? Right before their eyes? That's why we're a spectacle. They're like, yo, hey man, ain't you Puerto Rican? Don't you supposed to have a razor blade in your mouth? You know? Hey, you black. You know, where's your mixtape? You know?
Basketball.
Where your basketball at? You know? See? Keep going.
2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 8, and it says, and then